I mean, we create the own machine for our customers. So that means, of course, we have some standard models and so on, but in the end, we have the customized suit for our customer, right? And there are, of course, some things what we have to figure it out and so on, but in the end, the customer is always very close to us and we are close to the customer.
Welcome to EMO 2023. We're here on the Ibarmia stand in front of a very special machine tool. But first, Sven, what kind of components do your customers make?
I mean, usually we're facing some issues that customer like to produce some milling parts, turning parts, also some grinding is available, and usually some big cubic parts. And there's actually the challenge to have everything spot on in one machine on a very small footprint. This is actually our target.
And why do they challenge you with that? Are they trying to do different components every day?
No, they have usually flexible parts in the factory, and usually they can say, okay, I can grind with that machine, I can mill and also turning.
Yeah, absolutely. So these guys are doing very different kinds of parts and loads of different features, operations, all, they're trying to do this in one go on one machine.
Exactly.
Why is that? What is the benefit of doing it on one machine?
I mean, first of all, they're saving cost and money, they're not moving around that part what they should producing. And yeah, it's footprint is also counting. I mean, nobody got too much space. Usually it's opposite, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you've got big components, as you can imagine would go on this machine, do you want to be able to put some work in progress around your workshop? If it's filled with machines, then you can't do that. Surely people will normally have one machine for roughing, one machine for finishing, one machine for grinding.
Yes.
And there might be some benefits to that. What happens when you bring all of that into a single machine?
I mean, you have the process in one machine. You can analyze the process daily. You can also be very flexible to change your daily work from today to tomorrow. This is actually one of the key features. Also combined with security, what we are proving on site. So that means we are talking about of 1 meter, we got 6 microns. So this is very good.
6 micron repeatability is fantastic.
Yep.
But also, I guess you want accuracy in this kind of multitasking machine. What about when you want to rough some parts and really remove some material?
Yes. I mean, the machine in general got a very solid spindle inside, so we can mill and turning also some operations with kind of alloy. We can cut also some titanium and so on. The machine in general got no limits on the material base, right?
Yeah, so you call this a universal machining center.
Absolutely. Multitasking is it actually?
Multitasking,
yes.
And this is the T-12.
Yes.
What other size of machine are there in the range?
I mean, the machine today, what we're seeing here is a T-12. It's actually the smallest one. It goes all the way up to T-36. So in between we have the T-16, the T-22, the T-30 and the T-36. And the T-36 got a range of 3 meter and 600. So it's quite big and a massive machine, and still the same accuracy and also the same repeatability on the machine.
And with these big style of components, surely these cycle times are very long.
Yes.
You're going to be generating a lot of heat in the machine. How
Absolutely.
can you maintain that accuracy?
I mean, on the generation 2, what we already upgraded is that every motor is temperature controlled. So that means everything what comes inside the machine, of course it comes because of physics, but we can cool them down and control them. And this is actually the major difference later, on the other hand, for the accuracy.
And I guess normally customers have long cycle times and they're happy to change the parts over by hand.
Yes.
Which I guess should be quite easy on a machine like this. It's very open. But what happens when they want to run these kinds of components and change them over automatically?
I mean, you can automate every Ibarmia machine what we have right now. We have a normal pallet changing system, we have a parts handling system. We can also work with some kind of a rack system. I mean, that is a good thing that Ibarmia is quite open for every automation what is right now on the market, and this is facing also the issues what the people have, the companies, because the lack of employees, right?
And I guess with such a high value investment,
yes,
a machine shop owner wants their operators to be comfortable using the machine. How can you make sure the operators are happy and comfortable?
I mean, operator are usually used to one particular controller, right? So what we can offer, and this is quite unique in Ibarmia, is that we are offering Siemens, Heidenhain, and also FANUC. So it's just a choice of the customer, no problem.
And what's the experience from buying an Ibarmia machine? It's not just about the machine landing on the machine shop floor and making good parts for you. What about the actual personal experience with Ibarmia?
I mean, we create the own machine for our customers. So that means, of course, we have some standard models and so on, but in the end, we have the customized suit for our customer, right? And there are, of course, some things what we have to figure it out and so on, but in the end, the customer is always very close to us and we are close to the customer. This is the key later.
Yeah,
and also, I was mentioned before that we are producing some standard machines, but let's say 70% are actually out of standard. And we are doing what the customer likes to have. And this is what makes later the unique difference between us and some others. Because you have the catalog, this one, this one, this one, and we are making customized manufacturing style.
And what about someone watching this who's convinced technically the machine does what they need it to, but they're working halfway across the world away from Spain?
I mean, this is actually not a problem because we have a very strong dealer and also service partnership around the globe. So everything what we produce from Ibarmia and the customer is somewhere, we deliver our promise.